Hey, good morning, y'all. Hey, Jesus is Lord. Thank God the word works. I've been talking to you about the redeemed of the Lord's got to say so. It's one thing to know what we're redeemed from, which is what I've been covering, and I'm going to start today and be on this for several weeks and talk about what we're redeemed into. One thing to be delivered, but it's something else to be delivered into something that's really great. So let me tell you this little story. Y'all have heard it before. I used to go to Cuba a lot to minister the word down there, and I got put in jail down there for preaching the gospel. And a couple of days later, I was redeemed. Now, I don't have to worry about them coming and getting me because, you see, I've been delivered. I'm out of their territory. But now I'm not only just delivered out of the incarceration that I was in Cuba, I've been delivered into the wonderful United States of America. Now, we got some issues, but buddy, this is the best country in the whole world. I've traveled a bunch of them. Listen, when you're redeemed from sickness, then you got to realize you're redeemed into divine health, not just healing, but that you'll live a long life until you're fully satisfied. You see, this is what it says. Christ hath redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us. For it is written, cursed is every man that hangeth on a tree, so that the blessing, singular, the blessing of Abraham might come upon the Gentiles. So I'm not only redeemed from the yuck that's in this world, the sickness, the disease, the death, the misery, the debt, the lack, the confusion, the getting up in the morning not knowing what's going to happen. I'm not redeemed just from that. I'm redeemed into the blessing of God. It's kind of like we've had several people over the years that we knew that have adopted children from other countries, one from China, one from Guatemala, one from Honduras, I think. Well, see, those children who were orphans were deemed to have a life of misery. They had no family. They had nothing. And some rich American went and bought them, paid the price for them, and redeemed them. Now they're an American citizen. They've got all the benefits of an American. They'll have a college education, all the things that they have because they were purchased. Well, you were purchased. Glory to God. So you're not just purchased from sickness, you're purchased into divine life, divine health. You're not just purchased from poverty, you're purchased into a bunch of money, riches. Wealth and riches shall be in my house. And the Bible says the blessing of the Lord, it maketh rich and addeth no sorrow with it. Now, I like to say sorrow and payments are about the same thing. So not only are we redeemed from bad yuck, we're redeemed into a wonderful life. Jesus said, the thief cometh to steal, kill, and destroy, but I am come that you might have, watch now, life, and that you might have it more abundantly. I tell you this all the time. Pat and I are enjoying our honeymoon. We were going to a ball game of one of our grandchildren last night, and on the way we passed a place. I said, "Do you remember what took place there about 54 years ago?" We've been married 52. She said, "I sure do." I said, "There was a restaurant over there called the Luau, and I took you out on a hot date and then proposed to you, and you said yes." Well, God has proposed to get me and the family, and I got sense enough to say yes, because this is a blessing. Now watch this. Christ hath redeemed you not only from the curse, so that the blessing, and the blessing that was on Abraham that followed generation after generation, it was on Isaac, it was on Jacob, it was on David. I mean, you go all the way through it. That blessing was a blessing to prosper in everything that you do. And 3 John verse 2 says, "Beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper." Prosper in your body, prosper in your marriage, prosper in the relationship that you have with your children, prosper in your finances, prosper on your job. Listen, if you're going to cook a cake, it ought to be the best cake in town. If you're going to make homemade biscuits, they ought to be the best biscuits in town, because the blessing of God is on you to prosper you in everything that you do. Oh, we're not only just redeemed. Let me go back and say it, and I'll close with it. I'm not only redeemed from getting out of that mess in Cuba that I got myself into, by the way. God delivered me, but He brought me all the way back, and I've been here ever since, having a great time. So we're going to be on this for several days. I'm blessed. You're blessed. So not only are we redeemed from the yuck, we're redeemed into the good blessings of God. Hey, have a great day, saints, and until I'm with you all day tomorrow, remember, hey, Jesus is Lord, and thank God, hey, the word works.